Alright, peace and black power. This your brother Natural Tahuti, aka the son of Sekhmet. I'm over here in Tacoma, Washington at the West Coast. We at the West Coast House of Consciousness. And today I want to talk about a few things that was on my mind. Yesterday we had witnessed a debate on YouTube with brother Shaka and brother Polight. And I know a lot of the viewers was tuning in and they was checking out the debate, and they heard when I called in when Sanetta had asked brother Polight would he debate, you know, Dr. Ali Muhammad and Natural Tahuti. And I was kind of disturbed by the brother's I was disturbed by his answer. You know what I'm saying to you? This is a very critical time for us. You know, as you can see in my hand, I'm holding Black Power strategies for achieving and utilizing power in America. Strategies, Black Power strategies for achieving and utilizing power in America by Michael Allen Townsend. This is a good book in conjunction with Dr. Amos Wilson's book, Black Power. You know what I'm saying? And this is a very critical time right now. And so Black Power is something that we must achieve. You see what I'm saying? And in the Black Power community, when we talk about Black Power is just not throwing up your fists and saying Black Power. You know what I'm saying? I heard brother Polight many a times going in about the Black Power community and how it's not relevant. You know, and I don't want y'all to think that this is any kind of hating, but I wanna address brother Polight. And the reason why I'm doing this on camera because the way he addressed the question that Sanetta asked him yesterday, the way he addressed that question yesterday was very condescending. You know what I'm saying? The question that was asked to him, would he debate me or Dr. Ali Muhammad? And he said no, he wouldn't do it. He's not interested in it because these brothers can't generate a group of people into a room, 250 or more. So, in his analyzation, that what he is saying is that we can't generate a large group of people into a room. I thought that was so very condescending, and it is outright divisive in my opinion, because what have we become? We have become the WWF of consciousness now, where aren't we our brother's keepers? If your brother Natural Tahuti or Dr. Ali Muhammad can't generate an audience, so you say, an audience of 250 more people, wouldn't it be incumbent upon you, brother Polight, as his brother, to want to assist him in that manner? Because at the end of the day, there's not that many people in America that's black and conscious. And I'm just giving a figure. We got like a little over 43 million people in America, black Americans. And how many of those people do you think is conscious? Maybe about 1 million, maybe more. I don't know, give or take. I say 1 million, give or take. And out of that 1 million, how many people do you think come out to lectures? How many people do you think buy DVDs? What is the whole sense of the lectures, the DVDs, giving you brothers an opportunity to go and make some money? It's about blackonomics. It's about blackonomics. Being able for us to go out here and teach our people, make people conscious, bring people into the conscious fold, bring people into the awareness of the things that they have no knowledge of, and giving them a way so that they can go and take that knowledge and transmute that into what we are calling Black Power. Black Power is about black unity. And if we don't have no unity amongst ourselves, I mean, that's crazy. I'm going to read something to you real quick. It says, if we are not united to some degree, we won't be able to share information. Anything else for that matter. If you look at certain types of business, such as fruit stands, nail salons, convenience stores, etc., you will find that certain types are dominated by certain ethnic groups. This is because of their unity and the fact that they share information. Those who would enslave us also realize this. They push for our unity or disunity depending on what benefits them at the time. The main tool they use is the media. So you mean to tell me you would use the black media, Brother Polight, and you would say in front of the world that Brother Ali Muhammad or Natural Tahuti can't generate an audience big enough for you to debate? Number one, how arrogant does that sound? That sounds rather arrogant, my brother. And I'm challenging you. What I'm doing here, I'm not hating, because there's nothing that you have that I want. I'm challenging you as your elder, because somebody needs to tell you, Brother Polight, you're very arrogant. One of the things that I learned in the Nation of Gods and Earths via the Nation of Islam by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is that the more knowledge a brother gets, the more wisdom a man gets, the more understanding that he comes into, the more humble he becomes. You see, and that is something that I don't think you have came into the knowledge of yet. You know what I'm saying? You are my youngin' and I am your elder. So as your elder, I am telling you, brother, you are way too damn arrogant. And I've heard you several times at lectures say, you really don't give a goddamn what the elders say. I've seen you several times going at several different elders, trying to debunk certain information or whatever, or saying that the elders had it wrong. You see what I'm saying? When in actuality, this black power theme, this black power movement, this whole thing that we're standing on was built upon the shoulders of Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Dr. Amos Wilson, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Father of Allah, Most Honorable Mosiah Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, and many Malcolm X. The Black Panthers, Fred Hampton, the new Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Even the Nation of Islam, the gods and earths. No matter whether or not we debunk their information, even the Nubians. But even though we debunk some of the information, listen, we are standing on the shoulders that built the foundation of this black conscious movement. And so it is rather arrogant of you to not even, you know, even if it's true that a brother couldn't generate that many people in the audience, why wouldn't you want to lend your hand to help that brother to get into a situation where he could become a viable voice and a force in this community, especially if you respect his scholarship? See, so that tells me that it's not about the scholarship no more. Is it all about these dead presidents? Because at the end of the day, what's on a dead president? What's on it? Oh, wow. Let's see. Let me see if I got some money in my pocket. Wait a minute. Okay. On the dead president, what do we see? We see a European's face. So at the end of the day, are you mean to tell me that the European is more important than your brother? Is that what you're saying to me? So you have become so arrogant in this community because you feel that you can fill up a room full of people and make money. So it's more important to make the money than it is to get this information to people. And you said out of your own mouth you respect Dr. Dr. Ali Muhammad scholarship. You said you respect Natural Tahuti scholarship. So if these two individuals have important information to offer to the community, and Brother Polight, if you're in a position to advance the cause of either one of these brothers, you mean to tell me you wouldn't do it based upon some false, egotistical illusion that you have some type of momentum and you don't want to lose your momentum? What are we in, the rap game now? So you mean to tell me we're going to try to we're going to hold each other back in that particular manner? I really don't get where you're coming from. I really don't get where you're coming from. So in any case, I don't want to keep going on and on and on and on. Again, Brother Polight, I think you need to take some lessons in humility. And it's just not in this one situation. I'm just being man enough to tell you, you are an arrogant brother, and I think that you need to go back into the laboratory and reassess. Because if you have any spirituality, you would humble yourself, my brother. Because at the end of the day, it's about our unity. And here's the thing, if you paint by numbers, you will wind up painting your ass into a corner. And that's what you're doing when you do things like that. You're painting by numbers. So I don't want you to think that I'm coming at you in some kind of way to defame you. I don't want to try to steal your momentum. I don't want to try to destroy the new covenant. I like what you're doing, Brother Polight. I applaud what you're doing, and I applaud any man who has the nerve to get up here in front of this camera and tell the people just the way it is. I applaud any man who disciplines himself to the study and the research, the tedious research, because I know what it takes to research. I know what it takes to research, because that is something that your brother Natural Tahuti does. I applaud any man to get up here and sacrifice his life to tell it the way it is. But at the end of the day, what is it all about if we are not unifying with one another? So you can take this the way you want to take it. Maybe me and you will never do a debate. It ain't really about the debate. It's about the information and also the blackonomics that it can create. Lining your pockets and feeding your family with some money and feeding my family with some money. You see what I'm saying? And I want to say this to all of the YouTubers out there. Don't think because we are also trying to make money to survive and feed our families that there's something wrong with that. I mean, you don't never go into Kentucky Fried Chicken and say, oh, look at this nigga Colonel Sanders. He trying to get money. You don't go to damn Dr. J's or Foot Locker when you're going to go buy those nice Jordan sneakers when they come out and say, look at this nigga Jordan. He trying to get money. So what you mean to say, you would say, look at this brother Natural Tahuti, or look at this brother Sonetta, YG Preach, or any of us in the conscious community that we're trying to make money. We in a capitalistic society. So at the end of the day, the bottom line is a dollar sign. We have to feed our families. But the first law of nature is self-preservation. And with that law of self-preservation, it's about the hearts and minds of our people. I cannot put money above the responsibility of disseminating information. This is a revolutionary act. This is an act of war. Because of the fact we don't have any damn guns to go run out here and have no damn revolution. And I'm not suggesting that we do it this time. I'm not suggesting that black folks go and kill white folks. What I am suggesting is that black folks love one another. And that means the men who are in leadership positions, the brothers that are on these cameras, it is your responsibility to show the people that if we can get it right, then they can get it right. But if us brothers that are out here disseminating the information in front of the camera, if we can't unify and come together and help one another out of the goddamn bucket, then how the hell are we going to display that to the world and show the world? How are we going to show the young Crip and the young blood that's out there banging in the street, killing one another, selling dope and crack and all these other drugs to one another? How are we going to show them how to get out the damn bucket? You know, the statement you made is no greater than a nigga in the goddamn rap community. The statement that you made, will you take the drug test? I mean, wow. How the hell did you even compare drugs and filling up a venture audience? How did you compare the two? Take the drug test. I mean, and then almost, if I didn't ask you to clarify what you meant by that, you would have just left it out there to say as if, you know, one of us was on drugs or something like that. And I tell you right now, Natural Tahuti don't use any drugs. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't use any of those things. I don't need to put artificial stimulations, mood and mind altering chemicals in my body to make me feel good. I already feel good about me. You know, I've been there, I've done that many years ago. And I've accomplished, I've killed that dragon. I've climbed that bridge. I've come over that. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't even get how you would even say take the drug test. I don't know, Brother Polight. Brother Polight, and you know, I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but you really got under my skin with that bullshit that you said. You know what I'm saying? You said that in front of the world. So because you said it in front of the world, I thought that it would only be right and only fair that I came back and said what I need to say to you in front of the world. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say to the audience out there, because this is really what it's about, the hearts and the minds of the people. Here's a great book called Black Power, Strategies for Achieving and Utilizing Power in America. I recommend this here book for you. Also, stop by our YouTube page, the West Coast House of Consciousness. Me and my young brother YG Preach over here doing it big. We got Amanette, Sister Amanette in the house. She doing her big thing. Her little brothers and all of the brothers and sisters over in Seattle and some of the surrounding areas over here in Washington. So I'm over here in Washington doing this work, the same thing we gonna do. Man, we're gonna keep screaming Black Power from the bottom to the top to the goddamn casket drop. You heard? We're gonna do it again like we did it just then. Black Power.